Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Marchant here with your outlook for May 14th, 2018. For your Monday, we're still going to have a frontal boundary off to our south that's going to be starting to move northward, though, this morning. But because of that, we're still going to have plenty of clouds, some fog, areas of drizzle and mist still hanging around. There's setup here right now is you have a area low pressure out here over northern Illinois, another one that's sitting out here that's moving away, but we have a boundary that's kind of going like this, just like this, okay? So it's off to our south this morning, but it's going to be moving off to the north. The only difference is once this low moves away, which was responsible from showers that came through last evening, this is going to end up dissipating over the region and as it continues off to the north. So it's not really going to have much influence. This next area low pressure is going to take over as this continues off in this direction like this, and it's going to help to lift this off to the north as a warm front. So we are going to have temperatures that are going to be a lot warmer today than what we saw yesterday. We were stuck in the 50s, in some cases low 50s. It was very chilly and raw and damp most of the day in most areas. And this will be a big difference today once this front clears. But this morning, because the front's in such close proximity, you're going to have the clouds, drizzle, fog, mist, that kind of thing. And then this afternoon, you might see some breaks of sun as winds start shifting to the west-southwest, and that's because this frontal boundary is moving off to the northeast here. And at some point later today or tonight, it's going to end up dissipating. There is an isolated shower possibility we kept in the forecast for overnight, but I think most areas will stay dry as that heads off to the north. And then when we get into Tuesday, now the global model is a little bit different here, showing some showers overnight. I don't think that's correct because the boundary will no longer be there. The NAM has been insistent on that not taking place. We're going to kind of ignore all this now that's showing the overnight showers. But once we get into Tuesday, we're going to have, again, that area low pressure over here now. Warm front is off to the north, and you have a cold front that's back here. So we're going to be warm sectored out ahead of this, and we're going to get really warm here on Tuesday. Temperatures are going to get well up into the 80s, and probably in most areas are above 85 degrees on Tuesday. Maybe the far northern areas, if you're close enough to those clouds, the closer to the front, you have a little more clouds, limiting the potential for the max temperatures. But certainly central and southern areas will get into this, and I think you get more clearing out ahead of it. And then this front right here that's off to the north will start to come back down south as a cold front. And that's going to trigger some strong to severe thunderstorms on Tuesday afternoon and evening. Again, the global model is not really handling this too well. You can see the scattered showers and thunderstorms coming through as that front moves to the south. Better look at this on the NAM high-res future simulated radar. And this is starting off at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Again, nothing up until that point. Maybe something isolated overnight, but that's about it. But then as this line moves off to the south and east, you get some really good storms going here. And that's going to really pick up as the front continues off to the south and east. There could be, with this, looks like the best potential for this is going to be for some very frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, some very gusty winds and wet microbursts, so you could have some damaging wind gusts. I think that's your biggest threats from this, but there could also be some hail. We can't rule out a tornado, but I don't think we're really dealing with that in this setup with a cold front moving off to the south. I think it's mostly a gusty wind threat and straight line winds for the most part. And also the frequent lightning, because the dew points are going to be very, very high with those high temperatures. Not only are we going to be in the mid-80s, mid to upper 80s in some places, and we're approaching 90 in our southeastern areas, we're also going to have very high dew points, 70 or above, which is a very soupy atmosphere, which is going to lead to a lot of instability and a lot of lightning as a result of that. So should be a pretty wild afternoon and evening here on Tuesday. And then as that front continues off to the south, I don't think it gets that far south, and it's going to kind of stall again. It's going to get across our southern area. Showers and thunderstorms are going to continue overnight, and that's going to go into Wednesday. This is going to take its time moving to the south again, just like the last couple here. Just not in a hurry to move to the south, and that's because you have high pressure blocking it. It's out here that's blocking its advance southward, but it is going to move south. We are in that battle zone again. We're going to be stuck in the rain, and this is Tuesday night looking at right here, and then we get into Wednesday morning. You still have the front there, which was scattered showers. The front at this point is off to our south like this, so it's going to be cooler. Well, it'll be the cooler side here on Wednesday, but you're going to have scattered showers continue. This is looking very early Wednesday morning. Here's the rest of Wednesday morning. You can see those showers moving off to the south. the time we get the afternoon, it starts pushing even further south. So by the time we get to Thursday now, it's off to our south and staying there. Now the areas in our across Delaware, maybe extreme southern New Jersey could get into some showers as well. But we're going to watch that closely. I think for the rest of the area, we're just cloudy or mostly cloudy up here further to the north on Thursday with no precipitation to speak of on Thursday. But that is going to move back northward again, aided by a area low pressure right here that's going to come along that boundary and push everything back north as a warm front. So after a couple cooler days on Wednesday and Thursday, we'll start to warm up a little bit Friday as that front moves off to the north. Here you can see later Friday with that front rolling out to the north, the low pressure driving it to the west, and then that continues up to the north Friday night. So it does look like there could be a decent amount of rain with this in the Thursday night through Friday night time frame, and then we're still going to have some lingering stuff here with the actual cold front, and that's going to be on Saturday. It's uncertain how long this lasts here on Saturday. I don't think this is going to be an all-day washout thing as it looks like right now. But we'll narrow it down as we get a little bit closer. But it does look like Sunday is going to clear out, and we're going to have a partly cloudy day sandwiched in between systems here. So we might have one day out of the weekend at least that turns very mild, very warm, in fact, on Sunday is the early projection with partly cloudy skies. But we'll have to narrow this down as a little bit closer because we're now looking at 7 days in the future, and things can certainly change as we've seen over the past couple of weeks, especially with all these frontal boundaries in the vicinity that can change at a moment's notice. So keep following along throughout the week, and we'll do our best to keep you updated. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for May 14th, 2018. Have a great Monday.